It'll be the first face-off of 2016 for the three Democrats making a run at the White House. On Thursday, the Republicans took their first shot at each other. Tonight at 9 o'clock, it's the Democrats' turn. Thursday's GOP debate was pretty heated. Joining us to talk more about what we're going to expect tonight, Dr. Michael Childers from the UNF Political Science Department. Okay, so heated with the GOP debate. It's probably going to be the same, except just this time with the Democrats. Now the fists are coming out.
Absolutely. Tonight's the night where Hillary has to bring the daggers out. They've been fairly polite to each other, civil so far, mostly talking about issues. But Sanders is gaining on her. He's got, some polls have him in the lead in New Hampshire. Her lead in Iowa is getting smaller and smaller. So in a situation like this, she needs to come out with the personal attacks because she has to make voters afraid to vote for him.
Why do you think that he's getting better and she's getting worse in some of the polls?
Well, it's kind of a preview or like a review of what 2008 was. She had the same issue. She was kind of running like she was already the nominee. Obama gained on her. So she's seeing this again. I think with voters in the primaries, we don't pay a lot of attention normally. I know these are super voters. They're really interested, but they're still not political experts. And so this is Bernie Sanders' first time on the national stage. I think what voters really think about is authenticity, integrity. What they they take who the person is, their mental image of them, and then kind of project what kind of president they'd be. And so Sanders is authentic. You can tell he believes what he's saying. Clinton is very polished and refined, but you can tell those answers are practiced. You can see on both sides the establishment isn't really taking hold, so there's an anti-establishment movement, and Sanders is representing that on the left, and so he's doing a lot better than anybody had anticipated.
So realistically, it's anybody's game at this point.
Absolutely.
Except maybe Martin O'Malley.
He's there.
He is there.
He doesn't have much support, but he's there, yeah.
He seems to be likable with the younger people, and there they all three are right there, but he's just really not making waves. So he's probably not very realistic, but Hillary and Bernie, do you think Bernie can come up from behind and grab this thing?
Yes. They said the same thing about Obama in 2008, that he was too young, too inexperienced, no one knows who he is. Sanders is not young, but he's relatively inexperienced on the national stage, and nobody knows who he was 6 months ago, and now he's got the momentum. In primaries, it's all about momentum. If he wins Iowa and wins New Hampshire, that presents a serious problem for the Clinton campaign going forward.
Do you expect it to get ugly tonight, or do you think it'll just remain professional? But
yes, I expect it to get very ugly. The civility has to go away. If I'm Clinton's political advisor, I'm telling her, you got to bring out the daggers, you got to take him out in this debate. You got to make voters scared to vote for him.
I was going to say, Bernie said, I've never put out, a negative ad. Do you think he's going to maintain that positivity and just kind of take the higher road, or do you think he's going to have to pull out the daggers as well?
Eventually, yeah, because politics is about winning. I mean, you could have the greatest policy initiatives in the history of the world. It doesn't make a difference if you're not in office to pursue them.
That is true. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning with your perspective. NBC News is hosting the debate at 9 o'clock tonight. Make sure to watch the 10 o'clock news or News4Jax at 11 for the details in case you aren't wanting to watch the entire debate. You can also head to News4Jax.com.